So the time has come, and Erika, my girlfriend, popped the big question. She asked me if I could make her a pouch, and of course I said yes. And I'm going to show you how you can make one too. All right, here's some of the tools that we're going to need for this job. Erika wanted me to make her sling with green and black, and so we're going to be using this green rope and this black paracord with the black carabiner. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get the appropriate amount of rope. Erika tried my sling on, and she said she wanted something just a bit smaller than mine. So I hold it up against my sling and leave a little extra for the loops that I'm going to make to hold it all together. I think this is just about right. We can always trim the extra rope anyway. The one thing we can't do is add more. A little cutting trick that I learned to avoid fraying from getting in the way of working with the rope is to add a bit of tape to the cut. Electric tape is preferable, but it is forbidden in this house, and only hockey tape is allowed. Just kidding, I'm all out of electrical tape. So this is simple. Just tape some tape to the rope and then cut right on the tape. The tape will keep the rope from fraying, and then we burn the tip to hold it all together. I bought both our pouches on Amazon, but they no longer carry the pouch that I have, which sucks because all the ones they do sell at the moment are too small and the phones stick out. But Erika says she doesn't mind. To hold it back together, we're going to need a key ring. It doesn't have to be a key ring, but this is what I use. The bag has an elastic strap at the bottom. We're going to put the ring through that so we can put the rope through the ring. The bag comes with 2 loops at the top meant to add a strap. We're going to pass the rope through one of those loops and through the key ring that we just added. You could just pass the rope through the elastic strap if you don't have a key ring. On my pouch, I tied it to the elastic strap like this, but we're going to try something different this time. On my pouch, I added some knots to serve as a stopper to keep the pouch from moving across the rope. We're not making a bulky knot on the main rope this time. This time, we are tying it down with a piece of paracord. So I'm going to cut a piece off that's about maybe 1.5 feet or so. I got to make sure it's not too short. I remove the cord guts, and we're going to burn the tips shut so that it's a little bit easier to work with. Back to building this thing. We want to take the lower end of our main rope and make a short loop. Then we bring in our black cord and use that to hold it all together. So I'm going to do my best to explain this. I hold the loop together with the paracord using what's called a whipping knot. It starts with a loop like this, and then you wrap the longer strip around the shorter strip until you get to the end of the loop. You pass your working strip through the loop at the end, and then pull the short loop at the bottom to lock it into place. That's literally the best way that I could describe it. And I'll go more into detail a little bit later. And then we cut the extra tips and then burn them into place. What I love about this updated version is that we can slide the rope back and forth to tighten or loosen the fit of the bag. In the previous version, I was using knots on the main rope, which made it bulky. I didn't like that. We repeat the process for the second loop at the other end of the rope. Literally everything is exactly the same. Now that we have both of our loops done, we can add the carabiner to the mix. If you do not have a carabiner, you can always close this off by passing the second loop through the first loop before wrapping the second loop. Let me know if you need clarification on that. I like the carabiner for aesthetic purposes and for emergency situations. Next, I have her try it on so that we can see how much we have to trim off and find the final position of the bag so that we can tie it all down. All right, so she tried it on and I made some adjustments to the length and we found her favorite fit. So the only thing to do now is to trim it down to get rid of the extra piece of rope and then tie the bag down. She said the bag felt right in this position, so it is now in place and we're going to tie it down with more paracord. So this way of tying down is going to be a mix of a knot that I'm familiar with and a new way to use it. I'm attempting the whipping knot, which is the same knot that I used earlier, but adding the loop from the bag in between to hold it in place. This is an experiment and I failed to capture it on camera correctly. So here's a better demonstration. I'm going to use this piece of green rope to represent the green rope that it goes over the shoulder. This red cord will represent the bag loop and or the key ring. And this blue cord will represent the black cord that I was using for the whipping knot. So first thing I do is make the loop with the working knot. This loop is important and this tail is important. So we lay our working cord over the main rope and then start wrapping towards the loop. And as you're wrapping, just remember to pull and then tighten each time that you go around. We wouldn't want this to fall apart. I went with 3 wraps for this, but you can make it as long as you want to. I'm at the point now where I want to wrap around the bag loop shown here in red. So I push the bag loop right next to my working cord, but under the original loop. And on the next turn, I'm going around the bag loop or the ring. That's one way. The other way is to go through the loop or ring. Once it goes through, we want to go around the loop or ring and wrap and tighten as many times as you want. I have 3 on one side and 3 on the other. But again, you can wrap this as many times as you like. To close this off, I bring the working cord through the loop at the end. See, it's through the loop. I pinch the working end to the loops to hold it tightly in place. And then I take the short end, the tail of the working cord, and give it a pull. And as you can see, when I pull the cord, it bites down on the working end. And now it's all held together nice and tight. The bag is now in that position and will allow the phone to be put in the bag and taken out without moving in any direction. Okay, back to our bag. We then trim the extra pieces of cord and burn them into place, just as before. After that, we add more hockey tape on the main rope, where we're going to be cutting that extra piece off. We then cut and then burn, and then we add some more hockey tape to the tip just for looks. I think that shrinking tube, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think that shrinking tube would probably work best for the tips. And there it is, a perfectly functional walking pouch. Now you might be thinking, okay Leo, what the heck does this have to do with journaling? Well, some of these pouches have a zipper in the back that you can fit a small pocket notebook. Or you can replace a phone with a pocket notebook and add a pen in there as well. I don't know, you're smart. Use your imagination.